Welcome to this special demo video on creating type and play around with types. This is very basic type editing. There'll be more videos on how to really get close into some more of editing. So I already have a document set up in Adobe Illustrator, and I have my panels over here. If yours doesn't look like this, you can go to Essentials, Reset Essentials to reset your workspace. Sometimes it's good to do every once in a while so you know where everything is if you're kind of a beginner. Eventually you can have your workspaces where you get really comfortable. So I'm going to go to my Tools panel and go to my Type tool. I have different options here, but we're just going to open up Type tool. And you just click and drag a box kind of like you do with a shape, and you can type words and symbols, and you have type. You can modify your type. So if I just select and drag to highlight, you can change your font under character. Now I have a bunch of different fonts already downloaded. I really like them. If you're curious on how to download fonts, you can go to font websites like dafont.com or Google download fonts onto Google. There'll be instructions on how to download fonts on Windows or Mac, how to play around. Also Adobe CC, if you have a license for it of your own, you can add fonts from Typekit, which pulls them straight into Illustrator. But you can pull on to different fonts, which is cool. Some fonts had different styles where you can have italic, semi-bold, semi-bold italic, bold, bold italic. You can also change the size by going up, click from their selected ones, or kind of type in a size. You can highlight, change the color, you can do a grade, you can do patterns, you can do gradients. Well, I guess you can't do gradients. You can add strokes. You can add different types of strokes to really modify your font, stroke weights. To really kind of play around. And I'm just going to select and delete that. So next we have Area Type tool. So let's create a shape. And I pull up my Area Type tool. And I'm going to just change my colors now. And I can type within a shape. Isn't this cool? Now doing a box isn't really exciting. You can do it in an ellipse. Here I can fill up a shape. Isn't this neat? That's a question. And I can select copy, paste that text over and over and over again. You can change the size so it fills it up, etc. I can have type on a path, so I'm going to take the pen tool . Make sure that pen tool has just a line. Type on path. Here I can type on a path, giving cool shapes. do vertical type tool. So everything I type is up and down. Vertical area type tool, it's just like the area type tool, but vertical. Vertical type on a type path tool. So I'm going to go up to my regular type tool and type my name. A nice long. Choose a different font. And make it nice and big. I can right click, transform, reset bounding box, or I can just drag my bounding box closer. And I'm going, you can pull up character panels so we can adjust the font size, the kerning, vertical scale. And if you don't know what this is, you can always just learn more by just doing a Google search or literally just playing around. So I'm just going to select this, pull up my character panel, and just play around. A lot of those times you figure out how things work by just playing around in what you have. I can do the touch type tool and I can choose a specific letter. Let's say I want this M, and I could make it smaller or bigger, kind of skinnier. I can flip it. And I can do all of this while this is a live text. So let's say I made a mistake and I am Samantha. But I can add different letters because this is still live text. So I'm just going to write my name again. Choose a different font. Maybe, I think I have a bold. Alright, so I'm going to take this font and I want to do some editing because I'm really into playing around with how I can push text. Now this is more advanced, so if you're just doing basic stuff, you can just stop the video now. If you're really curious on how to do more advanced techniques, stick around or just watch to learn. So this is live text. So we're going to create this live text into an object. I'm going to go right click. I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to do control click, create outlines. Now we can see all of our anchor points and our paths. And I can use my direct selection tool, zoom in. And I can really modify my type. And this is how I make things really unique. So when people create logos, this is what they do to really push around and make things unique. So you're not just using a basic font, but maybe I can delete paths if I want. My direct selection tool. Add anchor points. Maybe that's how I want that to look. I can move things closer to each other. Kind of up and over if I want to really just play around with what I can do with my type. And then I'm just using basics, direct selection tool, add anchor points and delete anchor points to modify simple type from when I went from that to that. So definitely spend some time playing around with types and what you can and can't do. I hope this was kind of a fun, helpful video to help you learn a little bit about type in Illustrator. Thank you.